It's been 3 days since I left Amsterdam. I've done a lot since then. I'll try and give you a brief update because I didn't have internet for a few days that was usable, so try and condense this as much as I can. I left Amsterdam. On the way to Amsterdam to Bruges, we stopped in Antwerp. Antwerp is home to the Antwerp Cathedral, which has 4 Rubens paintings and is a sort of a model of the excess of the Catholic Church in medieval Europe. It was gorgeous, gorgeous building. The Rubens, I guess he's a good painter. I like the sandwich better than the painter. That's just my opinion. I never really liked the old classical, obsessed with the Catholic Church art, but that's where the money was for them. So I can't knock the hustle. Antwerp was a beautiful city. A lot of history, very very cool looking. Absolutely gorgeous train station. It's a combination of old, lots of marble, lots of gold leaf, and very ornate, and pomp and circumstance would be the best way to describe it. A lot of just show. And then there's the new wing to it, where all the platforms are, which is very modern, sleek, utilitarian, beautiful as well. I'm a bigger fan of modern architecture than I am of old architecture, but it was easy to appreciate both of them. And the waffles in Belgium, always phenomenal. So from Antwerp, I only spent a few hours in Antwerp. From Antwerp, went to Bruges, and my initial opinion on Bruges was shaped around the movie In Bruges, starring Colin Farrell, who plays a hitman who gets sent to Bruges before he gets killed. And Colin Farrell routinely refers to the movie, throughout the movie, refers to Bruges as a shithole. Piece of shit. Podunk fucking town. And it's not. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous medieval old town in Europe with cobblestone streets and narrow winding roads, and built some buildings there that are over 1,000 years old, and a lot of very interesting facts in history and interesting things to see. There's a Groningen Museum, which has got a lot of Flemish art. There is a Salvador Dali gallery where you can actually buy original Dalis. I didn't know any were still available to be bought, but they're there, and they're expensive. They had a bottle of limited 5,000 unit bottles of some sort of liquor that he endorsed, and they're selling for €2,400, which is about $4,000 for not even like a 375. So just think about that next time you're complaining about how expensive liquor is. And Bruges, it's Belgian, so they brew a great beer. Unfortunately, I had a chocolate that I bought in Belgium that was made with a Cuban cigar leaf, some rum and some cognac, so it was illegal in the United States because of the leaf, and it was absolutely fabulous. It's got a nuanced flavor, very very different flavor, but totally delicious. If it wasn't illegal in the States, I would order a bunch and have them shipped, but can't do that because of the stupid embargo. Bruges has great beer. It's a Belgian city again, so Belgians are considered the beer snobs of Europe, and hey, what they're putting out, they have every right to be. Bruges was gorgeous, like I said, canals and old markets, and history ranging from the Vikings to the Romans to the Crusades. And that's actually one of the more interesting pieces of the artwork, and some of the history comes into Bruges. Bruges made a lot of money on lace, and because of that money, they have a very unique piece of art, and that is the only Michelangelo's piece to leave Italy while the man was alive. The only. It was cool. It only cost €1 for me to see, which was amazingly cheap for what it was. It was a beautiful, beautiful statue. Smaller than I thought, but it's still good. And then there is the Basilica of the Holy Blood, which is a church that houses a vial that has Christ's blood in it. And that's kind of an impressive thing. You don't find that everywhere. So enjoyed that a lot. Didn't go in, but went around, touched it, checked it out. It was a cool looking building. It's a basilica. It's got all sorts of gold and statues and whatnot. Awesome thing to see. There was free concerts while we were there, which was really cool. Bruges music and some European music. The last night I was there, there was a ska band, and the singer-songwriter, I guess, was French. Couldn't really tell. She reminded me of like Sarah Bareilles. So, it was entertaining. And then from Bruges, we are now in Luxembourg City. Luxembourg City, and it's got the highest GDP per capita in Europe. There's a lot of money here. I've seen over $1 million worth of cars in 2 hours. 2 Aston Martins, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a Ferrari, and lots and lots of new line BMWs and other luxury cars. So, there's money here. There's history though. Went to the History Museum here, which is 10 stories. 10 stories. 5 below, or 5 above ground, 5 below ground. And the below ground, it's one of the coolest buildings I've ever been in. The only problem is I couldn't read any of it because it's all in French. They did a pretty bad job at making it accessible for the non-French speaking population of the world, which is the majority of the world. So hey, you're lost. Other than that, in Luxembourg City for the next day, and then go to Brussels from there. So it's all good. And I should mention the jersey that I have now. This is the jersey of Club Bruges, the team in Bruges. This is last year's away jersey. I got it for €35. Great deal. So hey, Club Bruges. And any questions, any ideas for me, hit me up, Facebook, Twitter, email, the whole deal. Alright, adios.